Hey guys, what's up? This is going to be a video on all the equipment on my tank. So I'm just going to run through and show you guys how I'm utilizing it and where it's going. So to start off, this is a 58-gallon Starfire glass tank. It is 36 inches long, 18 inches in depth, and 20 to 21 inches tall. Can't really remember. And as you can see, it is reef ready with a overflow box and pre-drilled holes. It is sitting on a custom metal frame, and this metal frame is made from 1.5 inch square tubing, and it is surrounded by 3/4 inch premium birch plywood. All the metal and wood is stained and sealed to prevent from corrosion and salt damage, I guess you can say. Alright, so moving forward, we got a WP-25 on the left side, and that is controlled by a controller that it comes with. This is called Flow 1, and that is mounted on the left side of the tank. Moving more over towards the right, we have a overflow box. Inside the lid, we have a Durso standpipe, a return line with lock line. If you don't know what lock line is, it's basically a clean, slick way to transport your water instead of using PVC pipe or flex tubing into your tank. All these joints are perfectly watertight, and water will not leak from there. The only place water comes out from is the nozzle in the front. On top of that, we have a Radion tank mount. This is custom made, I guess you can say. It's half custom, half kind of store-bought. That is an AI tank mount right there. And then on top of that, on the bottom of that, I should say, is attached some sort of adapter, I guess you can call it. And this plate basically allows me to connect a Radion to it. So on each corner are holes pre-drilled so I can screw my Radion. On top of the screws, on the bottom of the screws, are some rubber washers to protect from scratching up the Radion. Over here we have the holes that AI drilled for the Vegas or the soles, and I basically utilize those to mount my plate. So yeah, that's how my Radion will be mounting. Over here we have a WP-25, which is connected to its controller, which is back here. I originally was going to put it over here, but it didn't seem right to look at the controller all day from my bed. Over here we have my sump. So down here it's basically a custom, all custom. The sump is 33.5 inches in length. It is 16 inches in depth, and it is 12 inches tall. It's all been custom made. And yeah, so over here we have a drain, or an overflow, I guess you can call it. And right here we have a sock holder. You can kind of see it. Yeah, you can see it right there. It's a 4-inch sock holder. On the right side of that we have a Two Little Fishies reactor, which has been converted over to a biopellet reactor. As you can see, I installed the screens to create it into a biopellet reactor. It is powered by a MaxiJet 600 from Cobalt Aquatics, and I don't know if that pump is powerful enough. I'm going to test it out, and if it's not, I'm going to take it out and put a powerful pump. Over here, so here's a crucial part on biopellets. This is the outlet of my reactor, and this needs to go into the inlet of your skimmer. So as you can see, my black PVC tubing is following into my skimmer intake. And over here I created some sort of T kind of thing where I can combine the outtake of my reactor to the intake of my skimmer. Now in a lot of skimmers this is really hard to do. On this one it's pretty simple. All I did was get a 1.5 inch elbow with a 1.5 inch reducing, and basically what I did was I cut out a slot right here so the silencer air hose can go through, and over here is where the flex tubing can go into, and it basically allows me to have the water get sucked right into the skimmer instead of having it float everywhere and then get sucked into the skimmer. So yeah, that is very crucial. And then over here we have a Reef Octopus NWB110. It is a 4-inch needle wheel skimmer. On the right of that we got my return line. with check valves and ball valves and unions. I am using a Rio 12 Hyperflow as a return pump. I do not recommend this pump from my experience. I have experienced a lot of noise and humming. I had to play around with it for days and hours, and it was pretty tedious. And I finally got it tuned down to a reasonable sound, but this tank is in my room, so it's kind of annoying, but I'm just gonna have to live with it for a while. Over here we have a check valve and all that. Alright, moving over, we have a Seaside Aquatics tube holder, and it's holding an alkalinity tube and a calcium tube. If you notice, the bottom side is rigid tubing. That allows a cleaner look, and it makes sure that the liquid does not get pinched in the flex tubing. Over here we have a bubble Magnus doser. I'm only utilizing 2 heads for now. Like I said before, I'm only dosing calcium and alkalinity. So that's about it in the sump. Down here, if you look closely, this isn't just regular plywood. If you hear that, it's basically, I coated the top of this with rubber, with 1/8 inch rubber, and that allows me to absorb vibration and also to protect from spills and stuff like that. Alright, so that's that. Now we're going to go ahead and go into the electrical. And over here we have a DJ strip. I got this off Amazon. This is the blue one, and this basically allows me to turn things on and off at the flip of a switch, like so. So they all light up blue, and it matches really nice with the tank. Alright, so you got 9 channels, a USB port, so I got one for my Radeon, one for my ATO, one for my heater, return, reactor, dozer, flow 1, which is my JBJ, I mean not my JBJ, my Jibo WP25, flow 2 for my second Jibo WP25, and skimmer. Over here we have a slim 1-gallon jug I got off Bulk Resupply. This one is holding alkalinity. The one behind that is holding calcium. Inside of these are rigid tubings to make sure it stays straight and it basically doesn't curl up and start sucking up air. Alright, moving more in, we have my WP25 controller. All my controllers have been velcroed to the stand to allow ease of access and controllability. Let me put this back. Alright, now back here, this is all my electrical. Everything is zip tied and anchored to a certain point, so everything can be taken out without having a tangled mess. That receptacle is both of them are being utilized. One is being utilized for my DJ strip, and the other one is being utilized by my titanium grounding probe. And that's very important to absorb stray voltage from your tank. Alright, so that's about it for the tank. That's my setup basically. For calcium and alkalinity, I am using Bulk Resupply's powder forms. For now, I'm using the pre-portioned, but I'm going to see how it does with my tank. If it does really well, I might as well just go ahead and get the bulk buy, but for now I'm going to be using the portioned. So yeah, that's about it. I hope you liked the video. Tell me what you think about the setup. If you like the video, go ahead and hit the like. If you dislike it, hit the dislike. Subscribe if you want to keep up with the tank, which is almost done. I'm getting really excited. I'm going to be doing a video on aquascaping, cycling. I have to do another video on cycling. I got some new information, revised ways to cycle, so I got to do that. So yeah, thanks for watching, and goodbye.